Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod, and I am your host Mike, joined in a virtual... No, I am joined in the virtual room, filled with Lion. Got Chris. Oh, Chris is here. Of course he's here. We didn't win, and he's always here when we don't win. Our Friday show on a Thursday. But Chris, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Got a really big game this weekend on Sunday. First versus second.
Ooh.
We're in first, playing the team that are second. Identical records in the league. So, level on points. We're top on. They don't do goal difference, so we're top on alphabetical order.
AFC Bournemouth vibes.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, big game. Looking forward to it though. Looking forward to a good competitive game.
I'm not shocked that a team that you're in charge of is top of the league. It's exactly what I expect. Exactly what I expect.
Both my teams, Saturday and Sunday, are top at the moment. So
there you go. I mean, you go.
I'm enjoying football at the minute.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? For me, what am I looking forward to? I've got a run to do tomorrow. I'll do a 5K 3 times a week. That's because I've graduated from Catch the 5K. I'm also going to bake some pecan brownies the weekend, and other than that, it feels like I'm having a quiet one. Oh, just doing the ollie,
Not doing any bonfire night.
I don't. Well, we went Friday. We went last. No, we didn't go last Friday. We went last Saturday to unnamed location, very close to my house. Hence, unnamed location, because it literally is a 10-minute walk. So I'll be very careful. That was really fun. That was really enjoyable, actually. It was 20 minutes, and I paid. Well, it was £3 per adult. Obviously, girlfriend and I went. But even that, £3 was a bargain. If someone had said, I'm charging you £6 a ticket, I would have still felt more value for money. Absolutely beautiful value for money, which is not often you can say in this economy. So I'm really happy with that. We had a good time, and it wasn't too.
You don't say that about anything, do you?
No
value for money.
No, nothing. Though fuel near my workplace is £1.29, and to those who exactly, and if some people are trying to dox me, good luck, because there's loads of places that fuel is £1.29, and there's loads of places that have work or offices near fuel stations. So good luck. Games of the weekend. I've not got a great slate for you. I'm sorry, but I've tried. Saturday lunchtime, Arsenal versus Chelsea women. So that I feel like I've done us just. That's big. That's always a big fireworks game. So that's going to be awesome. Later on, 5:30, Arsenal again in the rotation. I've got Sunderland v Arsenal because I think this could be quite fascinating. Because you've got the team that don't concede goals and the team that are surprising everybody by actually being one of the best promoted teams since probably Hull. In like
the Granit Xhaka derby.
Yeah, exactly. I think this could be fun. I think this could be quite, especially at the Stadium of Light. I think that equals it. I think this will be fun. Ends 0-0, nothing happens. Sunday, it's evening games, so you're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to double screen or decide because 7:45 for both. I've got Lyon PSG. That's a classic, and Inter Milan Lazio. I don't know which would I rather choose. I'd probably choose Inter because Lyon PSG I think is going to be one-sided. Though Lyon have got a nice young team at the moment doing well. So we'll see. Shevva shoutouts. What have I got here? Well, I've selected some handpicked from the Spotify comments. I've got E. Woodall. Seattle Sounders, I love the shout straight away, travel 1,400 more miles round trip to play Inter Miami in a normal league game than Chelsea travelled to play Qarabag in the Champions League. I always forget how mad the travel is in America.
Yeah, it is insane, isn't it? Like, imagine doing that for a league game.
Well, it's like the most distance travelled in the NFL every season for like it's usually you're looking at West Coast teams having the most miles. We rarely, I mean, we rarely ever don't top it. We've come third this year with total miles 31,302. The LA Rams are at 34,832 and the LA Chargers are at 37,086. Now you're thinking, why? That's because the Chargers have got international games. So when you add those in, they're going to other countries. That's why it's still mad. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, it's mad. Absolute mad. I guess we're quite fortunate that we can go to a league game in the UK and it's at max a couple of hours. And you can drive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's the thing.
I think isn't the longest one like Bournemouth to Newcastle?
In the Premier League, yeah. Otherwise,
in the Premier League
it'd be Plymouth, Carlisle.
Yeah.
Or Exeter City. That's got to be quite low. Quite
It's quite a distance to Newcastle if you're down south.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I get the train, and that when I get the train to Wolverhampton, it's still a good hour. But again, it's because I mean we drove there last week, but again I wasn't driving because I've been round Ring Road, Coventry Ring Road. Did not enjoy that last week. Did not like that. But
no, there's still people on that Ring Road from the 90s.
I hate Ring Roads, man. KP, he's back. Oh, Chris showed up after we won. Shock, horror. But it gets better, Chris. Craig has chimed in. This Chris guy hasn't got a clue, but Azza has your back. Chris is spot on as usual. I've been following this. I asked Craig, which I did. I was like, okay, he hasn't got a clue. You're entitled to that view. I would like context. Heard nothing. Crickets. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna take a shot, you have to bring up some facts. You can't just go, you know nothing because I said so. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, that's a stupid comment.
Here we go.
Because without any context, what you're saying there is everything I said is wrong. So you're also saying all of the winners was wrong as well.
Yeah, nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? Row has got your back again. Chris's opinions are the ones I'd value the most. He isn't hot-headed. He's very reserved, as values the bigger picture rather than the moment. The Spurs game was good, but ultimately, that isn't where we struggle as a team. And to highlight us not killing the game is a concern. Another day, a long throw, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. That is the problem, I think, with this team. Even in our good performances, you look at it and you think it still wasn't convincing. And I think that's the issue. Like, it's been a long time since we've won a game convincingly, where you've gone like almost no negatives from the game at all.
Yeah, good point, actually. Didn't really think about that. Yeah, it would be nice to put 4 or 5 past a shit team. Premier League shit team. Could do that this weekend. You never know. And you know what? I'm just going to give a massive shout out to our partners head in the game, just because I want to remind everyone listening just to look after yourselves. Check in with your friends, check in with your family, take care of yours and your friends and family's mental health, because look, here in the UK, the darker nights have now rolled in. It's dark at about 4:45-ish. So, and I know that can really affect people, how they're feeling. So, dark nights, longer nights. And you know what? I'll be vulnerable. I know this time of year is always tough for me personally because, I lost my nan 2 years ago. Massive part of me growing up, pretty much raised me along with my mom. And doing this show really helps me get through it. It does. And you know what? Just a reminder, you're never on your own. Our DMs are always open if you need a chat. Our Discord even has a dedicated human support section where you can reach at any time. And it's truly serious. No one takes the mick in there. It's a serious place to be. So, yeah, just wanted to give that little shout out because I think it's needed. So,
Definitely.
Thank you, of course, for your reviews, your thoughts and everything else. And if you want yours read out on the show, head over to Spotify, drop a comment on this episode. Might shout it out in the next one. If just maybe praise Chris. Chris does a lot of good stuff. He's good egg, he is. So with that, let's hit some news.
Hear the sounds. Please refresh the page to hear the sounds.
Well, I see the
that
soundboard.
Is that a new sound drop?
No, not quite. But with that, didn't expect that at all. So, yeah, it was definitely not what I expected. So with that, let's check out the news you may miss, the elevator Chelsea news. Caicedo was voted player of the match week for week 10. Robert Sanchez, Mark Cucurella, Moise Caicedo and Enzo Maresca made Alan Shearer's teams of the week. Cole Palmer made the FIFA Pro World 11. And that was it. My finally is just something great. It's journalist Alan Nixon got into a Twitter fight with a Sheffield Wednesday Pie account. Might be the best 10 tweets you ever read this year. It is on our socials. It's on the Discord. It's just pure art. When the Pie account had started signing off their tweets with regards Pie, I was just on the floor. It's worth a read. I'm not going to read it all out here because it's just better to see it in person. It's gold. And if you wondered, is it going on? It went on for another day, and then Alan decided to protect all his tweets and start deleting them.
Wow.
Oh, it's gold. I mean, anything from it's a really weak week for news. I know Palmer said he might be coming back from his groin earlier, but that was more a rumour than anything.
To be fair, there's not a lot in the news that you have to discuss there, is there really? I mean, Caicedo winning player of the game week, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, that was absolute hands down. And then making team of the week again. It would have been a crime if he didn't.
That is, it's just fuck all. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Oh,
very
I guess.
dry.
Yeah, I told you, listeners are like, oh, yeah, no news. Well, I can't give you a transfer.
But it's all right. Just think, we're in November, so it's only going to be another 2-3 weeks until the old rumour mill starts churning them out. 80% concrete possibility
I'm
of us
telling
being
you,
interested in somebody from Brazil.
I've heard we are looking at multiple players this January. Multiple. Will we sign them? Don't know. Ooh.
That's an exclusive.
It's exclusive.
You can have that one.
Clip that. At the Bridge Pod can confirm that Chelsea may or may not be active in the January window. Whoa! Right, with that, let's head to winners and losers because Chelsea took on Qarabag in the Champions League. Enzo Maresca spun the rotation wheel in Baku and it landed on chaos. Chelsea's depth experiment quickly turned into a science fair fire as a youthful lineup looked more scrambled than tactical. Estevao was electric, opening that scoring and showing once again he belongs in the grown-ups 11. Everyone else, not so much. Romeo Lavia's body broke again. Hato's confidence followed, and by half-time, Maresca was throwing on the cavalry like a man realising he'd started the wrong save file on Football Manager. Garnacho salvaged a draw, but Qarabag's fearless play and 5,000 loud decibel crowd made the Blues look every bit the jet-flagged tourists. The trip ends 2-2 with Estevao shining and Maresca learning that when you rotate this much, the only thing that spins is your control of the game. Next up, Barcelona. Qarabag 2, Chelsea 2. I don't know how we got here. But I don't know. Maybe you do. How many? Who have you got, and how many have you got?
I've got 3 and 4.
You're not the negative one today. I've got 2 and 5.
Fair. I could have picked more losers. I had to stop myself.
I could have had 3 winners, but I'm hoping you might do a redemption and do a winner that I'm gonna. But anyway, we'll get to that. I'll go for the winner that we both have on the list. Estevao, he's on there. He's got to be.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, not many could walk off that pitch with their head held high, could they? But Estevao, he could. You know, he was just himself. It's pointless saying anymore. He was electric. He was confident. He was purposeful. He was just himself. He was the only one who seemed to remember. It is a really good. He remembered that football is sort of about taking. It's Eden Hazard-esque. I tell you, I keep saying he gets me off my seat. He just took charge of the moment and he didn't wait. And it was just the first goal. Well, the opening goal is class. It was a lifeless performance, if we're blunt. And you know what? For a kid, he basically said, if you guys aren't going to lead, I will. And he's undroppable, isn't he now? He won't play on Sunday. He won't play starting in the 11 against Wolves, but he's undroppable.
Yeah, but this is what's getting really stupid now. 4 goals in his last 7 games. How is he not starting? I just don't understand. Why is he starting this game instead of starting the Spurs game? Why is he the rotation player? He should be the starter. Let Pedro Neto or Jamie Gittins
he was injured.
or Garnacho fucking be the rotation player because they're all shit.
I think Pedro Neto was out injured. He stayed at home. So he was never going to play this game anyway. But then again,
Yeah, but if he hadn't played against Spurs, he might not have got injured. So
that you throw my logic in the bin. Yeah, good point.
I just think with Estevao now, it's at a stage where you just look at this kid and you think he has to play. There is no logical reason now for him not to be playing except for being overprotective because of his age. That's the only reason that they can give, because it's not performance based, because he's outperforming every other attacker we have.
You aren't wrong. I saw it up close, and against Wolves, he was the best player. He was obviously Gittins was very good. He was the best player on that pitch that day, of course. I'm not going to be too hyperbolic, but Estevao was pretty decent. And you know what? You just play your best players, and you play the ones in form. And he ticks both boxes effortlessly. And against Wolves, he should be the first name on that team sheet. He's earned it, but he won't. I would be shocked. I would love it to be proven wrong. I want to make that very clear to anyone going, you don't want him to start. I want him to start, and I want to be proven wrong. Please prove me wrong Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. If the lineup comes out on Saturday and it's Neto and Garnacho, then I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to let you have the second winner.
I have Garnacho.
Come on, that's why I didn't put him on the list, because I was hoping you would do it to shoot down that narrative.
I always say that I'll always be fair and call out players when they play well or do something well. Do I like Garnacho? No. Hate him actually. I think he's a twat, but and I still think he's shit. But his goal was really good and really important, because to lose the game would have been even worse. Like, not just from obviously the points point of view, but from the narrative around it would have been awful if you go and lose to Qarabag. Drawing is bad enough, but losing would have been unthinkable. So really important goal. Took it really well as well on his weakest foot. Earned us the point. Nearly scored the winner as well, to be fair, with a decent effort at the back post that the keeper saved right at the end. So good performance from him when he came on.
Yeah, 100%. He would have been on my winners list, but I genuinely held off because I was hoping you would lead with that, just so you could put people who think that you have an agenda, just put them, tell them, pat them on the head and go, sit down now. I will go with my second and final winner from this, Joshua Champong. He didn't even step on the pitch, and he still came out looking like the solution, didn't he? You know something's gone wrong there.
Yeah.
He didn't feature, and yet his absence was quite loud. It was louder than any mistake you saw on the night, because I think fans are now, they're not asking for him to start on Saturday. They're demanding it, because he's certainly, he's a young lad as well, like Estevao, but he's at least, to me, based on what I've seen so far, he's a bit more composed. He's a bit more disciplined, and he's more dominant than Tosin and Hato are from what we've seen.
He's better.
These are all traits that Chelsea's backline was screaming out for last night. And meanwhile, he's still stuck in this rotation roulette that does nobody any favours, because you can't build chemistry when the lineup changes more often than the kits are. A Champong's earned the right to play for me, and it's now on Maresca to just show the courage to trust him, because you cannot be serious. I mean, we're not on losers yet, but you cannot be serious if you look at a Champong's performances, look at Tosin's and Hato's, and gone, I don't think you deserve to start ahead of those two. My view.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Who was your final?
I actually think Josh was doing all right as well. Like, in the games that he's played, I think he hasn't been like outstanding, but he hasn't been in any of his performances our worst defender.
No, the thing is, if a Champong makes mistakes, which I have to apply to Hato in a sense as well, with a Champong versus Tosin, let's make that the main debate here. You can't. I will go, he's young and inexperienced. That's when he makes a mistake, because he's a kid. He's not got that top level of flight experience like Tosin. When Tosin does it, I can't really go, oh, he's young and inexperienced. He's the most veteran player in the team.
Yeah.
You should know how to play and defend. Just saying. And you were brilliant last year. Who's your final winner?
Andre Santos.
Okay.
Another one who I think at least did some good things in the game. Got the assist for the first goal. Did miss a decent opportunity early on, but I like the areas that he takes up. I like the fact that he attacks the box. I think he's starting to look more comfortable now in the team as well. Like, in terms of his role and how he's meant to play it, but also still seeing the player that we've seen at Strasbourg and before, for the Brazil youth teams, being able to play box to box and is a threat at both ends. Again, in an absolute shitter of a performance, I think he still looked semi-decent.
I mean, he's got 4 goals or assists in 4 games now, so that's pretty decent. You know, you're doing something. You are providing a service to the game. You're not just sort of a bystander. So he was another one. He's another one that impressed me against Wolves. The first half, second half, but yeah, he's another one. He's a young, interesting. When they said about leaders in the team, ironically, Andre Santos kind of does have the leadership from obviously captaining his country under 17, 19 level when they won that Youth World Cup. Yeah, one of those. Sorry. But that's the thing. He is one of the more leadership type players. So with that, oh my word, I'm sorry. I can't fake it when we have to go to the losers. Well, back-to-back sound drops because you know who my first loser is. It's Romeo Lavia, and I'm
he's on mine as well.
Devastated. He's a Rolls-Royce engine made of recycled glass because this one's painful for me. I've praised him before, and especially seeing him up close, his intelligence, his ball recovery, his presence. But what's the point if he's never available? You know, his ceiling is so high you'd need a telescope to see it. Really, really, really is. But his floor has been eaten away by woodworm, and it's not stable to stand on. These stats are it's miserable for us, but it's also awful for him because he's had 8 injuries career-wise, 495 days missed, 77 games out. He's had 29 appearances for Chelsea, and not a single one has been a full 90 minutes. That's not a problem anymore that you can solve. You can solve problems. This is now an issue, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He is the footballing equivalent of that luxury Jeep. Stunning design, hefty price tag, guaranteed to break down just when you think you're going somewhere. I've seen people online go, "Oh, sell him, sell him." You can't sell a broken toy. No one's going to buy broken goods. They just won't. It's the same with Fofana when he was like really injury prone. No one is going to take the risk. And even if they did take the risk, what are you expecting? I'll flip it back to the not you, listener, but you wouldn't be silly. But I'd flip it back to those people that say sell him. Okay, how much for? What do you want for him? Because if you think anything more than 10 million, you're going to be going, "Oh, I can't sell him for that." I don't see anyone taking the risk. We've just got he's on a long contract. He's a very good player, very high ceiling. But we got to do something about this injury stuff. Is it us? Is it unfortunately just him and he's going to be his career like Wiltshire, like Abu Diaby? Something.
I think the only solution to this from here is we've got to loan him out to a very low physically demanding league and just see if he can get a run of games and whether that brings fitness and form back and whether a run of games will just, help get his body back to the level it should be at. Because it must be really hard to be injured for a really long time, do all the work to get back, then start playing some games and you're just starting to get up to match fitness and then you get injured again. And then it's all the way back. And it's just like a constant cycle of, I don't think we've ever seen him at 100%.
No.
Which is awful for him. And it's been an absolute dreadful transfer for us. And we'll end up losing massive money on this deal without question, and getting nothing in return. But we've got to look to loan him out. You've got to look to loan him somewhere where you think, okay, physically that league isn't overly demanding. If he goes to that team on loan and he keeps getting injured there, you just have to cut your losses and you have to say we'll get him rid, and we'll get rid for anything that we can get.
It's a shame.
If it is the 10 million, take the 10, and we'll all just move on.
Well, obviously, I was just looking at his transfer mark stats, and he has, and this is his entire career, by the way, 568 days missed. He's had 10 separate injuries since 2022, and it was August 2022. It must suck for him because, I mean, his hamstring injury that he first suffered, was it his first season? Yeah, it must have been his first season. And he was out for I think it was 6 months. Yeah, it felt like it was a long time. He missed a lot of games. And I'm just looking here, it's ankle fitness. That was getting back to full fitness. So you could have hamstring, thigh, muscle strain. And now he's got a new injury, which we were told is his quad, again, hamstring. And you just think, must suck. It must suck because he really, I can't say this enough for the people that if you haven't seen him play full 90 in person, well, you haven't seen him play full 90.
No one else.
You get my point. You get my point. Just try and find some extended highlights and just watch him play, and you will understand what I saw against Wolves. A great player is there. Just I like the loan idea. I think I touched on that maybe not last summer, but the January when we did a questions thing, and I said about Spain, maybe go to a Spanish club, and I probably selected Villarreal. I think was probably the club I would have picked,
or an Italian club.
Yeah, he needs, because it's not working in the Premier League, and again, you got to back him because his contract is massively long. No, you're not going to sell him.
As well, I just think, let's say we loan him to, I don't know, AC Milan. They love doing business with us, don't they?
They do. That is true.
Right. We loan him to AC Milan. We loan him in January for the rest of this season. He goes there. He's suddenly fit, plays every game for them, does really well. It raises the question then maybe he's just not fit enough for the Premier League. But let's say he goes and has that good 6-month spell at AC Milan. He then comes back. He starts next season with us. He gets injured again. And you think, okay, this lad will never be able to play in the Premier League. But now he's got that good 6 months behind him. And if you're looking to sell, maybe AC Milan, maybe another Italian club will look at it and think, well, actually, he was all right over here. So we'll take a punt on him. We'll give you 20, 25 million for him.
Look at Loftus-Cheek.
Exactly. So it's a win-win situation. Either he gets fit and he comes back and then he's fit, ready, and we get the player that we wanted, or at least you've give us a chance of selling him by him going and having a good loan somewhere else. Because at the minute, you're right, you couldn't sell him on eBay at the minute.
Well, it's just I don't know. I'm being very wary here because someone sent me something in the DMs and I don't know if this is bullshit. Secret source, straight away seeing secret source and the word exclusive.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Bullshit. I'm not going to buy into that. Update. Bullshit. Someone looking and thinking, what was the rumor? A serious injury. I feel like I'm being duped here. I'm not falling for this. Who's your second loser?
Enzo Maresca.
We're 2 for 2, but probably not for the same reason.
Well, the rotation.
Okay, we are 2 for 2 for the same reason.
Is fucking ridiculous at this point. I'll come back to that in a second. But the comments again. After the game. The plan was to rest these players because they can't play 2 games in 3 days. Why? Why can't they? That's the question you should be asking, mate. It shouldn't be, I need to drop these players, so, we'll just have to live with it. No. I want to know why we are the only club, it seems, in Europe whose players can't play 2 games in 3 days.
Can't be done.
Because right, we've got Wolves at home on the weekend. The worst team in the league.
Whoa.
You literally couldn't ask for an easier game. If someone said to anyone in the league at the minute, who do you want to play? They'd all go, Wolves at home, please. Arsenal, who are top of the league, and arguably their games are more important at the minute because they're going for a title, have got Sunderland away. Arguably one of the hardest games in the league at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
They made 4 changes to their starting 11 for their Champions League game. They played Slavia Prague away. So not a great opponent. Someone where you look at and you think, oh, we could rotate here. No. He didn't take the risk. He made 4 changes, which is fine. I think that's a little bit of rotation, but kept most of the team the same. We made 7 changes. 7. Why? Why are we making that many changes? Why are you changing both your centre halves?
Yeah, that
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Basically, you're changing 3 of your back 4 and your whole midfield. Why? It's completely unnecessary to make that many changes. We're not in the Conference League anymore. Our B team will not be good enough to win games in the Champions League. Our A team, it's a question over. So, fucking hell, let alone the fucking B squad. It's like changing for change's sake. It's like he's trying to keep everyone happy rather than winning games. And he's got to realise that we are at a stage now where, yeah, it's almost impossible to go out at this stage. We all understand that. We could probably go and lose to Barcelona and we'd still end up going through because it's almost, you have to basically lose every game to go out.
Essentially. You're kind of right.
Yeah, in the first phase. So that's what, but if you miss out on the top 8, you could draw someone like Real Madrid.
Could do.
Well, we're going out then. So,
well,
you might as well have gone out in the first round. Because if you go out in the last 16, that's exactly the same.
Well, that's a very... yeah, I see a logic. I do see the logic. It's less embarrassing, but it's still not great.
But you know what I mean? It's not like you're having a great run, is it? You've made it through the group phase, which everyone's going to make it through, except for the shittest teams in the competition, and then you go out at the first hurdle, and it's that thing again where it's like we've been doing this now for years. This isn't just a Maresca thing, so
no,
I have sympathy for him slightly because this just seems like it's the Chelsea problem. We seem to be the only team whose players can't play 2 games.
Yeah, you're right. 2 games in 1 week.
Can't do it.
It's interesting because I saw now TalkSport. I don't know I saw it. I've read it. We'll run with it. And apparently, the Chelsea hierarchy have not just backed but encouraged Maresca to rotate the squad as part of a season-long strategy. Now, why are you getting involved here? Backing is fine. If you back the manager, that's cool. Yeah, it's a good job. Brilliant. Encouraged. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing? Look, he's on my losers list because sometimes being clever is a problem. This was one of those nights because the team selection did look like an experiment more than a plan. I've got to say it again. Tyreek George up front when you've got Delap and Mark Hughes sitting there. What are we doing? Hato at centre-back ahead of a Champong who's been excellent when called upon. What are we doing? That'll get punished, and it did get punished. We've got the depth. We're mocked for having such depth. The talent and the flexibility. We need some decisiveness. You don't win Premier League games with players out of position. Putting those square pegs in round holes doesn't work. And Maresca's tactical ideas are sharp. They are. He beat Liverpool. He's beat some top PSG. He's beat top teams. This was a moment where idealism trumped practicality, and it backfired. It could have been worse. Let's not pretend we couldn't have lost that game.
No, yeah, we could have. And do you know what? You just saying that about the hierarchy, saying encouraging rotation. I know why they want that. It's because players who sit on the bench all season lose their value.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And that's exactly what they're thinking. Now, my problem with this, and whereas I don't blame Maresca for that being the strategy because that's coming from above him, I do blame him for doing it. Because that's just that for me, that's a coach who's going to take you nowhere because he's just going to keep doing as he's told. Who's in charge?
Oh, actually,
If
I've actually clicked the article. Sorry, Chris, and it was by Ben Jacobs, and it said rotation at Chelsea is not seen as enforced and is expected as part of the sporting model. There we go.
Yeah, well that right there is why we won't. That is why we will not be successful, and that is why we will only go for coaches who are yes men and will just do as they are told. Because a real coach in that situation goes, well, that's just stupid. That's not working. So I'm not doing that because I want to win football games. So I don't give a shit whether Tyreek George is losing his value by not being involved. That's not my problem. That's your problem.
I'm I'm just looking at if it was under like obviously good old Mourinho in his first season, who would we have rotated in? Schmertin? He was fine. He weren't good,
He was
but he
all
was
right,
fine.
actually.
He was fine. Who else would be? Felipe Oliveira, Thiago, he was all right. Robert Hoof, Yarasic. Oh, Yarasic. Oh, classic. Yeah. Nuno Moret. Well, can you imagine half of them playing? I'd be like, what? Mad. Yeah, it's just yes, it's very interesting, isn't it? I'll go my second. Oh, yeah, let's go with my third loser, obviously. Jarell Hato. That was, without question, one of the roughest individual performances we've seen since Bakayoko's Watford meltdown. He was at fault for both goals, lost his man for the first, handled the ball for the penalty. It was a car crash of a display, that was. The longer it went on, worse it got. And he's young. I said it for a champon when I was praising him. He is young. Hato is young. And he's going to learn. And there's talent there. No doubt. Sometimes, though, and this is technically I'm pulling Maresca in here and saying he's, again, 0.5 extra as a loser, because after that penalty, I think your job is to save a player from himself. I think you pull him off after that penalty. I don't think leaving him on, this is my view, I don't think it's character building. I think it's a bit cruel. There's no shame in just taking a player off, especially a young one who's just having a nightmare. The real shame is letting him drown when he could have been thrown a lifeline. And I feel he should have been pulled. That's my take.
Yeah, it's not a horrendous decision. I mean, I do have Hato, but I've got him as part of the whole defence. Because I just think defensively we was absolute shambles. I've been saying for a long time that our defensive shape is horrendous. And whenever you say it, people are like, oh, we've kept this many clean sheets. Oh, we've got a good defensive record. Yeah, great. That's because teams have fucked up chances against us more than anything. I mean, Nottingham Forest alone, and this is Forest at the time. Forest under Ange probably should have scored 4 goals against us. That should have been an alarm bell straight away.
Yeah.
When you've got a team that are struggling like they are, who are opening you up with ease, and it's been going on for too long, far too long. We just haven't looked good defensively. Yes, against Spurs we did, but I mean, God, fucking hell, Spurs, isn't it? So,
yeah,
I think that says more about Spurs than about us. I think that's the point. But yeah, defensively all over the place. Reece James, poor again. Thought he was poor against Spurs in midfield. Moved to right back for this game, poor again. I'm wondering whether the run of games now are starting to catch up with him, because this is the first time he's played this number of games in a long time. Tosin, fucking hell. We spoke about Chalobah looking for his mum. Fucking Tosin's gone to help him. I think he's all over the place. Hato had a fucking mare. But he's another one, Hato, where all I heard for ages was people telling me that he wasn't a centre-back. But I think he's played at centre-back for us more than left-back. So what did we sign him as? I know, yeah, maybe like a hybrid, and that's great. But where's he play? Because if you're throwing a young player in, you've got to play them where they actually play first and see how they do. Then we can start fucking about rotating them around. For Cucurella was uncharacteristically poor as well, though. I mean, he nearly lost his man for them to win the game in injury time. So he didn't have a great game, which I don't think helped Hato either, by the way. Like, in Maresca's defence, I would say you're looking at it on paper and you're thinking, well, we're putting Hato in, young player, but I've put Tosin, our most experienced defender, one side of him, and I've put Kukurea, the best left back in the world, the other side of him. So I have protected him slightly. But both of them had a fucking mare, which I don't think then helped Hato because he was just overexposed, and I don't think he coped with it. Midfield structure, I don't know what we're trying to do off the ball. Basically, like you look at us and you think, except for the Tottenham game where our man-to-man press was really good. In most of the games, what do we try and do off the ball? Because it's like we lose the ball and we just let the other team go and attack and hope they don't score because we don't seem to have any plan of how to prevent them getting to our goal. It's all like, oh, we gave the ball away. Okay. Well, let's just hope they give it us back in a minute. That'd be nice. Like, yeah, but what's the plan to get it back? Just hope they miss, I reckon. Oh, okay. That's great. Like the whole structure doesn't seem well drilled. We give away too many chances, and even shit teams, if you give them enough room, they'll punish you.
Yeah. You've said defence. I've had Hato. Technically, you've just sort of gave me a segue to get my fourth loser in. Yeah, fourth. Tosin. If Hato gets the benefit of youth, Tosin, I said this earlier, he gets no such defence on this. This isn't even. Again, I'm trying to make it season wide. Let me try and be more like you. Let me look at it as a season. This isn't a bad game. It's not a bad game for Tosin. It's not. It's a bad season. He's been sluggish, indecisive. Yeah. Oh my word. And nowhere near the level of composure that you expect from a player of his experience and reputation from last season. You know, you keep waiting for him to turn a corner, but every week is deja vu. It's the same mistake. It's the same lack of control. The ball over the top. It's the same. And he's just got to sit this one out now. Form matters. Accountability matters. And right now, he's not delivering it either. The only predictable thing that I feel about Chelsea's selection these days is that the logic doesn't win. That's why somehow he is going to start against Wolves. He might start with Fofana, might start with Chat. I don't know, but I would be not shocked to see him starting against Wolves Saturday.
Okay, now.
Back five. Maybe we'll go back five. Throw the long ball. I don't know. I'm going to save. How many losers have you got left?
One.
We got one each. Who's your final?
Strikers.
Delap was okay, I suppose, for what he did. Okay, I said. Not.
Yeah, he was just that. He was okay.
Yeah.
Low
bar here for last night.
Linked up okay, made some good runs.
Stayed on the pitch.
Did stay on the pitch this time.
Which is good.
Defended brilliantly against his own player when he blocked Enzo Fernandez's shot.
Oh, amazing block.
Yeah, fantastic block.
Should play in defence.
He got Qarabag's man of the match, I heard.
Yeah, he should have played. Should be in defence this week. Yeah, him and a Champong. Brilliant.
João Pedro missing in action again.
Yeah.
But it just highlights every single week, just highlights more and more and more that we just do not have that player up top with a killer instinct. We just don't have that player. I said in the summer that none of our attackers will get near 15 Premier League goals. And none of them look like they're going to get... I mean, at the minute, I'm not overly keen on backing them to get 10, let alone 15. We look so short up top. And it's not just about having someone who scores every week, because those players are incredibly difficult to find. It's about having that striker who, if you give them a good chance, you hang your hat on them scoring. Or having that one striker who you think, actually, we don't even have to make a good chance. He'll do something with a half chance to get us a goal. He'll either individual quality will get us a goal, or some intelligent movement, or a good touch, like a 2-touch inside the box. Something that turns a half chance into a goal. We don't have that. João Pedro, I think the start hasn't helped João Pedro actually, because I think it raised everyone's expectations too much. This is the João Pedro I expected us to be getting when we signed him. The one who was at Brighton, who was either brilliant or anonymous. And that's what he is. He's inconsistent. Some weeks he'll be absolutely unbelievable and you think, fucking hell, what a player this lad is. And then the next 2 weeks you'll think, is he playing?
Yeah.
And Liam Delap, yes, he's had the injury. But I think everyone got massively carried away by his season at Ipswich. It was an okay season. It was a great season for a player from Ipswich. But it was only an okay season. If he had the exact same season for us, no one's going to be like, oh, what a fucking player Liam Delap is. 12 goals in the league. Fucking hell. Amazing. Everyone would go, he's all right.
Yeah. I know you come.
Nicholas Jackson got more than that in his first season.
Yeah.
In the league. And no one lost their mind over him.
No.
So,
well,
I like a lot of what Delap does, but he will not get us anywhere near 15 Premier League goals. And at the moment, we're missing that player who is just going to kill a game. They're just going to take it away from the opposition in a moment where you're like, okay, we're 1-0 up. Like the Spurs game, prime example, 1-0 up, chance after chance after chance, miss. Put a killer up front. You're 3-0 up and everyone's gone, right, game over. And you just settle the rest of the game. This game is exactly the same. We went 1-0 up in this game.
We did. No, you're right.
But failed to get the second goal. And then all of a sudden they have one attack, they score and the game's completely different. You've got a killer up front in this game because we started the game the better team, creating better chances, having most of the ball as you would expect. You got a killer up front in this game. They get the second goal, game's over.
Yeah. Dougie Critchley, he tweeted out earlier today about Victor Osimhen. 15 goals in 20 Champions League games for 3 clubs. Yep. He obviously as well, Osimhen last season at Galatasaray, 37 in 41. At the moment, he's on 6 and 11. He said about, Dougie, he went, I hope that Osimhen goes on to represent a Real Madrid or a Barcelona. He's got everything. And my quote response, to which he did reply, agreed, was if Roman Abramovich was still our owner, he would already be a Chelsea player. Because he would be.
Yeah, he would.
He's the striker. It's like, yeah, we'll sign you. Job done. That's just not the way it is because he's older, wages. I understand the logic there. I'm not naive to that. I know there's a lot of money in that. But again,
do you know what's funny though? You are right, because what's really hilarious about it is you can see it from a business point of view as to why it was a risk. It was either a high transfer fee or when that ridiculous fee that Napoli wanted come down to a realistic one, it was astronomically high wages. So it's a risk because if he flops, you're fucked.
Correct.
However, what makes me laugh is we got sucked into that as fans who it don't come out of my bank. And we was like, yeah, actually, the club's right. We don't want him. We'd rather go and get Liam Delap, who's younger and he might develop and when we'll be able to get loads of money for him. Hold on. As a fan, do you want to win games or do you want to make money? Because, again, none of that money you're going to see. I want the club to win games and win trophies. I don't give a shit if they're making money or not.
I think it's difficult because of the fact that Osimhen is rumoured, because we knew that they were offered a $21 million package or £1 million package to his wages. According to a few sources I've pulled up, he's on around 400 grand. That would smash our wage budget. Would it be worth it? Don't know, because he could be world class for us, and I'm not going to say he wouldn't be. I also have nightmares of how we sold the farm for Romelu Lukaku, and my word, did that come to bite us? But we do. The thing is, you need a world class striker. Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, they're going to win trophies for their clubs because they're world class. And
you have to pay for them.
That's the thing. You can't shop in Harrods and be shocked at the price tag.
No. Absolutely.
That's yeah.
It's that thing, isn't it, where you go and sign someone like Liam Delap, and that's great. And he might come in and he might have had a great season. He might still
Mm,
do, but he
mm,
might have had a great season, and he might have just had one of them seasons where you think, fucking hell, he was actually really good. He got 18, 19 Premier League goals. We done well there. We was right not to sign Osimhen because we got Liam Delap.
yeah.
But then what
Yeah.
happens is that normally these players revert to form. And as you've seen with Ollie Watkins now at Villa, he had his good year. And then he followed it up with an okay year where he hit some form towards the end of last season to get his numbers up. But
Mm,
overall, last year, he dropped off massively from the year before. And
mm,
then this year, he's reverted to type. And they always go back to what they are. And he's mediocre. He's okay. He's decent. But he's not world class. And he's nowhere near that category. And
mm,
that's what would happen if you sign someone like Delap. He might have one good year, but then a year after, he'll revert to type. If you want a world class player, you pay for a world class player and you pay for them because they are so few and far between that they
mm.
demand that sort of money in terms of transfer fee and wages. Liverpool showed it. They tried to have a wage structure and then eventually they went, if we want to keep Salah, we've got to pay a world class player world class money because that's
Yeah.
what you have to do if you want them.
Correct.
And if we're never going to do that, all we're saying is, well, we're never going to have a world class player then.
That is a
And
very
and
good
even
point.
if we get one, we're going to sell them as soon as they start asking for too much money.
Yeah. And I'll round off with my final loser. Consistency, because
Yes.
we are masters. Oh my word, we are masters of the unexpected. It's not a compliment. We are like the definition of football whiplash. One week we're world beaters, the next we're charity FC again. You never know. You never know which version you're getting, and that's so terrifying. I joked at work today, and they're like, "Oh, how do you feel about your 2-2 against Qarabag?" And I genuinely turned around and said, "Not shocked." They're like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, I'm not shocked because
Yeah.
we beat Liverpool. That's still a good, it's still a scalp. We beat PSG. We outshined PSG. And then we nearly bottled it against Wolves, bottled it in Azerbaijan. It's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde effect. We are two completely different teams under one badge. You just don't know who's going to show up. We can dismantle that elite opposition in one weekend and then self-destruct against a team that, being blunt, should be cannon fodder. It for fans. I know for me, it's kind of exhausting. It's entertaining, but it's maddening all at once. Mostly that part.
Yeah.
I'd like some
We, we,
consistency, please.
we are consistently inconsistent.
We're brilliant at it.
Like,
It's mad.
and again, I mean, it kind of comes all the way back full circle to the Maresca question about rotation. It's like he's almost disrespectful to how important momentum is. And you get momentum by stringing wins together, and you string wins together by playing your best team game after game after game. And then when you've won 4, 5, 6 games on the spin, then you can start dropping in rotation because everyone's confident, the mood around the place is good. No one's going to question your team selections as much because you've just won 6 games in a row. So
Mm.
everyone is backing what you're doing. The players understand what's going on, and that's when you start thinking, okay, now we'll start rotating a little. And what you'll find is those rotation players will come in and the standards will stay the same and you still keep picking up results anyway. But you can't do that if you never start the run in the first place. And it's like we get massively carried away. I think as a coaching, I think as a club, as coaches, as players, and definitely as fans, get massively carried away when we win a game. Every time we win a game, there is too many people who want to absolutely glaze the fuck out of these players and this manager because they won a game. That's what they're there for. They're there to win games.
Mm.
Like, I understand if you can praise a team for winning a game because it's not easy to win games at this level. But We don't have to go massively over the top. We beat Spurs 1-0, and you've got people calling it a masterclass and this player's world class, that player's world class, our squad's quality. Let's calm down. Let's see how we do
Yeah.
let's see how we do on Wednesday, and then we can start talking about it. You can start massively praising this manager and this hierarchy and this group of players when they win 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row. Then you can start going, do you know what? This is fucking great.
Yeah.
Because then they'll deserve it. You don't praise footballers for winning a game of football. That is what they're there for. Winning one game means fuck all.
Yeah. Ironically, I say we're a Jock to Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. If we play rotated teams like that, we are literally our two teams. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I will, before I go to the Drinkwater Discord as winners and losers, I'll throw one thing in that I saw. Apparently, according to the UEFA report, the ball was in play for just 46 minutes and 11 seconds across the entire 98 minutes of football between us and Qarabag. I know people will hate me. Could adopt an NFL-style stop clock. It would certainly stop the bollocks. If the ball goes out, you stop the clock. And then someone's going to say, how would you do that for 90 minutes, Mike? I wouldn't. I'd do it for 60. And then you go, there, you've Americanized it, you bastard. But that's yeah.
It's funny though, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
It's so funny because I've heard people say that before, and you are right, it gets shot down instantly because they're like, oh, you can't limit the game to 60 minutes. Well, the game's only 46 minutes at the minute. Yeah. The game's 46. You're playing for 46 minutes. Yeah, you're on the pitch for 90, but the ball ain't. And if the ball ain't, you're watching the same as I am. You just stood around. Yeah. So you are right. I think if you did a 60-minute game where every time the ball went out of play, you stop the clock, the game would be 60 minutes. It'd take about 4 hours to complete the game, sure.
Lovely.
But the game would be 60 minutes. Yeah. And do you know what? It would. One thing that is really annoying me at the minute, and I know this is a bit of a tangent now, but
go on.
You know, they've brought in this rule with the goalkeepers about you can only hold it for 8 seconds and then they've got to release it.
They did that to Martin Dubravka. Don't think they've done it since, have they?
Nah, of course they haven't. I think we've got to do that with throw-ins.
Oh,
fuck me. The amount of time somebody takes to take a fucking throw-in. They're holding it. I understand the walk over slowly, depending on the moment in the game. You know, the pick it up, the wipe it on your shirt, fine. I haven't got a problem with that. But you know when they've got it behind their head and then they're looking round and they sort of fake throw it and then they're like, oh, no, actually, I'm not going to go there. And I turn one way. Oh, no. I'll look back and, I'm going to throw it now. Fucking throw the ball in. Fucking hell. And then what normally happens is they take absolutely ages and then they give it to the opposition. And you think you just took that long to throw the ball in and then throw it to the other team.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? They've got to do something about that because that is taking the piss. The amount of times I counted the other day, I can't remember what game it was in. It was one game, not the weekend just gone, the weekend before.
Okay.
One of the Super Sunday games. From when he picked the ball up to take in the throw in, it took him 21 seconds to take a throw in. And I thought, that's not right, is it?
Game's gone.
Fuck it, taking a corner takes less time than that, and the player's got to run over 60 yards.
Right, Drinkwater Discord is winners and losers. Tom, winners, me for being too busy to watch today, and Garnacho. Losers, Chris for having to name Garnacho as a winner on tomorrow's show. Oh, what a shout! Tosin and everyone who ever again has to watch Tosin play football in the future. I haven't read these. You do? Honestly, I haven't. JP, winners, Estevao, Garnacho, finishing with 11 men. I love that. Losers, Lavia, both centre-backs, every attacker that's not Estevao or Garnacho, Maresca. Ooh, okay. And nice. Chris B, winners, Estevao, best player by far and scored. Garnacho scored and had some good shots, but also some poor play. Qarabag couldn't find a third Chelsea player, so it was Qarabag as they played with intensity and didn't roll over when they conceded first. Losers, Lavia, Hato, Tosin, though could have defending in general, plus many more players than Maresca. But I'm limiting myself to 3 each as it's the rules. Look, we really were on the wavelength with the listeners this week.
We are, actually.
Wow, that's really good. Can't have any negative feedback. We're talking to you. So... Emojis. I went with the shrug because I was like, I don't know anymore. We could turn up against Wolves and put 6 past them. We could lose 2-0. I don't know.
Yeah, that is fair. I'm just going with the sort of hands slapping themselves in the face because you just think I don't know what we're watching. I don't know where we go from here because you're right. We'll turn up on the weekend. We'll smash Wolves 5-0. And again, do you know what we'll hear? Oh, it's a
We're
masterclass.
back.
Oh, this squad is brilliant. Oh, isn't he quality? Liam Delap will score a goal and it'll be like, oh, he's fucking world class. You wait now, we're back. Honestly, the amount of times
We're back.
that us and Man United say the same things, it's really scary.
Does that mean we get to go?
I want you to put the word out there that we back up.
We back up. Oh! with that, let's hit Lions. Chris wins. Chris, you've won. Berth had you. You had Estevao. I had Gittins. The wheel went you. It's the easiest win you'll pick up all year.
Yeah,
And
Estevao's the new Caicedo. He's just the safe bet.
I can't mock it because it's just fact, isn't it? With that, let's hit the match preview. We are having a quiet one. Chelsea are welcoming a familiar friend in Wolves to the bridge. The scoop is they are bottom of the Premier League with no wins, 2 draws and 8 defeats. Recent form, well, 2 draws and 3 defeats. Player spotlight, no one. They're all rubbish. But look, to be fair, David, great name. Moller Wolf, he's decent. He's also a defender, but still. Yeah, the last time Wolves did beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge was on the 4th of Feb 2024. Wouldn't be a preview if I didn't tell you what the UK number 1 was on that date. And it was Stick Season by Chelsea fan, Noah Khan. Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan. So, who we got? Are you going Estevao?
No. I mean, I would do, but I could go him every game. But let's not. That'll get boring. So
yeah, I don't want the guy excited.
We don't want that, do we? Who am I gonna go with?
I feel like Romeo Lavia needs to be taken off the wheel.
Yeah.
It's just wheel went Enzo.
And the Chelsea squad list.
Yeah, the wheel went Enzo.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on.
I'm gonna go Liam Delap.
Lovely. He's back. I've gone Garnacho. Why not? Have I picked a defensive player this season? No, I really should. I should. Just for did anyone? Berth picked Cucurella. Oh no, Ollie picked Cucurella for and back against Fulham. You've gone Caicedo, who's defensive. Cucurella, you've gone a few times as well. Yeah, I'm the only one who's not gone for defensive.
I expect us to defend a lot. That's why.
I can't believe I picked Buenanote against Wolves. What a disaster that was from me. Oh. Anyway, Blue versus who? I had to find some because of obvious reasons. We did this only a few weeks ago. So
we did.
What have I got? Last season, I watched Wolves 3 times at the Molineux. I want you to name 2 of the 3 teams I watched them face. Oh, I don't think this is too. This isn't too hard because they won 2 of these 3.
So it is hard because
It's the back end of the season.
Yeah, but here's something you might not know about me and the listeners don't. If someone tells me something and it doesn't have a direct impact on my life,
wow,
I forget it almost instantly.
I feel abused right now. Shocked. Awful.
I'm gonna go with, for some reason, I want to say Brighton.
They did play Brighton and lost.
Are they one of them though?
They are. Yeah, they're one of them. Correct. 2-0 loss.
Get it.
Welbeck scored because he did.
Yeah, that's what Welbeck does.
He does that.
I don't feel like you watched. Oh, Spurs?
Correct. Spurs, Brighton, and Leicester were the 3 teams.
Leicester. I never would have got Leicester, but I remember the Spurs one because I remember you saying how shit Spurs were.
Yeah, it was a joy to watch the Leicester one because Vardy missed a penalty and the fans gave it him. It was brilliant. It was so fun. Number 2, Wolves' last one against Chelsea, of course, at Stamford Bridge in 2024. Axel Disasi scored an own goal, but which Wolves player scored a hat-trick? That's so bad to say, isn't it? It's hat-trick against us. Oh.
Why don't I remember this?
We're not very good against teams, Wolverhampton and West Brom. They seem to
we don't like the Black Country to do it.
No, they always seem to score hat tricks against us. Who was it for them? Was it Pereira?
Who the fuck? 2024.
in Jan.
So 23-24 season.
Who scored a hat trick against us for West Brom?
Callum Robinson.
Ah, was it
Yeah.
5-2?
I think that's the only
Oh, no,
hat
that
trick
was
he scored in
different,
his career, I think. Fucking hat trick for Wolves. Right. I can't remember. It weren't Pedro Neto, was it?
It wasn't. It was Mateus Cunha.
Oh, yeah, of course it was.
I've just looked. Callum Robinson scored twice in a 3-3 draw, and then twice, and Pereira scored twice again in the 5-2 defeat. We lost to Big Sam, and Pereira scored 2 in the 45th minute. Bloody hell. Anyway,
Yeah.
finally, name the 2 teams that Wolves have managed to pick up points against this season. They were draws, obviously.
Fuck me.
It's actually not that difficult. We've already said them.
Have we?
Yes. You've already said them within the last 5 minutes.
Brighton.
Spurs and Brighton, yeah. How
Wow.
did that happen? Like,
The
what?
same. No way.
Yeah. Spurs
Fucking
and
hell.
I'm more shocked at Brighton. Spurs, that's realistic. Very Spurs that. But Brighton, like, really?
Yeah, that's poor. Was
1-1 draw.
Spurs? I think I remember that actually. Spurs was at home as well, weren't they?
Yeah, that'd be very Spurs.
Fucking hell, that's bad, isn't it? Well, I
Yeah.
say that we're at home against them this
Yeah.
week, and they've got a new manager, so we lose 2-1.
That could be awkward. Quaresma's questions, we'll round it off. And you know what? Benjamin from the Shevva Shoutouts, I've put this in because it's a good one. Lads, long time listener, first ever comment. I'm an Aussie guy, good day, and love the spotlight on the Aussies today. Carpenter is such a weapon and Kerr is a wizard. My question is, are there any other Aussies you'd want to chuck in the squad to patch it up? Considering the comments on quality right now, same question for the bloke squad. Don't know if they'd have the quality to boost us though. Cheers. I think this is a really good question. And I'm going to let you have time to think because I wrote this out quickly.
Thank you.
I think considering for the men's team, we need experienced centre halves. So I'd bring in Cameron Burgess from Swansea. He was born in Scotland, but his family emigrated to Perth when he was 11. So he does rep Australia. He is 30, so he's bloody experienced. He's already played in the Premier League. He did that last year with Ipswich. Give him a shot. For the women, that's really difficult because I'd argue we have their 2 best players, Kerr, Carpenter. But
We do, actually.
we wouldn't be able to bring in Ford or Catley because they're at Arsenal. I've got to be realistic. We need a striker to rotate with Aggie and Kerr because we're waiting for Ramirez to come back. So I'm going to go with a cheeky loan deal for Holly McNamara from Melbourne City. 0 chance of that happening, but that wasn't really the question. So I think they've just started. I think the A-League women have just started. So what better time to just pinch your best player?
Wow, that I'm surprised you've managed to find anybody, to be honest.
They've not got the best generation of men's players, at least. For the men's team, it's not the best generation now.
Men's team, I wouldn't take anybody. Sorry, Australians, but come on.
Wow.
To be fair, I've been slagging us off for signing players like Liam Delap. I'm not then going to sit here and go, oh yeah, I'd sign this Australian lad.
Wow.
On the women's side, it's tough because I think all of the other good Australians play for Arsenal. So
yeah, they do. Arsenal, it's London. London have the best Australian women's players for certain.
Yeah. So I don't know whether I'd take anyone there either, because you are right. We've got their 2 best players. And then the next sort of, I think, 3 best players, maybe, all play for Arsenal. So, yeah, I can't name anyone. Not off the top of my head, anyway.
It's mad because Australia really, as the women's team at least, have fell off since it was like 8 or so years ago. I think they were like top 5 team in the world. They were considered.
Yeah.
And now they're like top. Oh, let me have a look. 5th. Oh, they're below Denmark. I've watched the Denmark women. I'm shocked by that Australia were worse because yeah, I think Carpenter and Kurt elevate the team alone. They're really good players. It's I guess
they
it.
do.
Yeah. And then of course Spain are number one. Should have been that'd have been fun if you'd have gone name a player from Barcelona you'd take. Oh well.
Most of them.
Yeah, they're very good players. They're very good at football. Right. You know what? Can't do the quiz without the other two, so we won't. We're at the end of our episode. As always, thank you for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget we're proudly partner of Head in the Game, the mental health charity in football, sport, well-being and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. So treat yourself well, please, listener. We'll be back on Monday. We got winners and losers from Wolves. It's international break as well, so
Oh,
yeah, sorry. That was a surprise. Surprise.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's another one. So that'll be player rankings, and I have Lavia in my top 10, don't I? So he won't be there. But until next time, that will be us signing off.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.